What's up, guys? Doing a video on how to replace the throttle cable on your 97 to 04 2.2 S10. So what happens is, I don't know if you can see, but the cable frays out. I don't know how, but it happens. So you're gonna want to take your intake plumb off, and then there's gonna be a 10mm bolt right here. Let me get this off here. 10mm bolt. You're just gonna want to come up in here, loosen that up. It's a little bracket. You might take this one off too at the top. So I'll get back with you. So after you get your two bolts off, it's gonna be two. It's gonna be one right here, and then the other one over here. So they're both 10mm, but you just pull this cable up, kind of like that. Get it out. This is horrible filming. Hang on a second here. This is crazy. So, yeah, but just there's a little slot down here, and it just slips out. It's a little ball. Try and zoom in on it here for you guys. It's a little ball right in there. You just pull it right out. All right, so after you get this thing off, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah. So you just pulled it open. I'd use a flathead screwdriver and probably open that little slot right there just so I can get it out a little bit. But it comes out. For you automatic guys, this is your cruise control thing. It's kind of the same deal over here. You don't really have to worry about it. Comes right off. But yeah. So this just kind of pulls up like this. We're gonna leave that dangling right there. Then we're gonna come around to the inside of the truck. And we'll come down here. And we're gonna be looking at, I want to say they're 10mm bolts. See, we got 1, 2, and 3 in that triangle. You're gonna drop this pedal down. So after you get those 3 10mm off, they're gonna be relatively loose. You're gonna have to get a socket on them, and it's gonna take like the most minimum effort to break them. But after that, I don't know why, but the truck I pulled the throttle cable off of in the junkyard, they were loose as hell too. But so anyways, you get this drop down, there's gonna be this little yellow clip, and you literally just gotta squeeze those 2 yellow tabs right there, and this comes right off. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we squeeze those that yellow tab up there, right there. Yep. So now the hard part's coming. So obviously it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get up in there. What I did, and I don't think it really matters, you're just gonna wanna come up here, up to the firewall of the vehicle. And you're gonna notice your throttle runs right behind your dipstick, okay? So you just kind of gotta get it out of there. It's pretty hard. There is, on the other side, there's a big rubber washer that goes around the cable. You could get away with pulling that off, and I think there's you can get pliers on it and it squeezes in and pops out. But let's get this thing out. So on your throttle body cable, this is the firewall. This is the inside of the firewall. I kind of just mangled this one to get it out because I was not having a good day. It looks like there's these tabs here. You can press down on the pair of some channel locks or something. So yeah. Okay, so we got the new one in, new used. We just kind of shoved it through the firewall. Not shoved it, it went in real nice and easy. We're just kind of gonna set this here for now. And we're gonna come down here and let me get the new one. All right, so we got this guy pulled down through here, and there's gonna be these 2 flange clip bucking deals, and they're going to go. You're gonna put it, this is the front of the gas pedal here. You're just gonna slip that cable through here and then pull the thing back, and it just clips right on. So let's get that set up. Okay, so after you get that cable up through there, I'll show you. Just like that, those clips go through the front. And you just, you throw it up in there, tighten up. I hand tighten them up because that's the way it was on the bolts of trucks. So I mean, I put a little bit of oomph on it, but nothing crazy. So now we're gonna come up back up to the engine bay and notice that it's raining and you're a loser. And long story short, we got to come over here, get rained on, and kind of just throw this cable on here. So it's going to go on the same way it came off. Oh man, I might need a fucking second hand for this. Yeah, I'm gonna get a second hand on this, but you'll see here, it just goes into this part right here. Just presses down in there. Bada bing, bada boom. We got a little bit of rain coming out, nothing too major. So after you do that, come back in here. Obviously, throttle cable's on. Then we're gonna tighten up these mounting bolts here. These two 10 millimeters. Just like that. And then throw that second one back in. Where is it? Right there. Just like that. And then we'll get it tightened up. So what's going to happen is it's going to start hailing in the middle of fucking April because you live in the Midwest. So what you're going to do while you wait for that to stop is have yourself a beverage. Yep. And sit here and wait for that to stop. So after it stops hailing for, I don't even know how long, you're going to want to just slap this intake, plug them back on. And you're going to hope and pray that everything you put together is correct. You're going to come up in here. Oh. You're going to get this shit right out of the way. Oh, to here. Let's see what I did. Well, that's nice, bud. Then what you're going to want to do is take her on a little test drive up the road. And you're going to be stunned when you realize how smooth the new throttle is. Like, this is barely any effort. I should also mention that the symptoms of this are, to catch it early, your throttle is going to be real stiff or crunchy or something like that. And what the hell is flying over there? But it's going to be real crunchy, a little stiff. And yeah, it's gonna be toast. So the tools I use in this video, I used a 10 millimeter short or deep well, really don't matter. I prefer deep because there's one 10 millimeter bolt on the intake plenum of the 2.2. And I use, let's see, a flathead screwdriver, a hammer. I used, yeah. That's really about it. That's all you really need. It's just those three basic tools. So the hardest two things about this whole job are going to be one, that little stupid clip there that's in the firewall, and number two, finding your 10 millimeter socket. So anyways, guys, I hope this helps. Yeah, peace out.